Hi, my name's Eric Jacobus. I directed, wrote, edited, choreographed, starred in, and also did stunts in Contour.
Yeah, my name is Andy and I play Blade in Contour.
I'm Dennis Rule. I played Ticker, Esteban in Contour.
My name is Stephen Reedy. I was cinematographer and twat in what else? Miscellaneous, various.
Hi, I'm Ray Carbonell. I play the assistant, the asked.
Edward Kahana Jr., and I play Alfonso Della Rosario in the movie Contour.
The stunt people started when Ben Brown, Chelsea Stephenson, and I decided to go out and shoot a fight scene. And since that was in January of 2001. Since then, we've been adding talent
And I personally started doing filmmaking, much like a lot of these guys, on my own, with like two of my friends in my backyard in high school, with a camera, and edited on a VCR. Did like a high school movie, and then I met Eric, and through a Shaolin class. And at that time, stunt people were like, what I knew of stunt people were like three guys in this really like quiet dojo, just fooling around, hanging out, and doing these short little videos. And then we made some videos together. We would shoot on the weekends every now and then, and we made like Stunt Blade Alpha. And then Dennis and Ray, they all came by, and Donovan and Troy, they all came by. They wanted to show us their stuff, and they were great. We're like, dude, come on, man. We're three guys. We want more people, and you guys are awesome. So let's do this. And that was about the same time we were doing Undercut, and then Eric comes up with this idea of Contour. And then we got some money from some investors, and we started working on this film.
It was after I made a third short that I met Eric. We got together and started doing, workouts and short fight sequences in preparation for Contour.
I started making films when I was younger, typical cliche story with my parents' camcorder making claymations of like Hot Wheels and helicopters attacking my dog. And it just sort of evolved from there. Around high school, I started taking it seriously after trying to pursue journalism and not liking that as much. And then after a while, I started getting jobs in the industry. And then from there, I met the stunt people. And after meeting the stunt people, we started hanging out. We actually did some acting together. And I started doing camera work about 2 years ago.
The first time I heard about the group, it's through Eric. And he showed me with this website, just a lot of little clips of them doing fight scenes and doing falls, pretty much off the street, doing things on their own, making a fight happening. It's really cool, I thought. I got involved in that project called Immortal. I play one of the Immortal in there. And then I did Stunt Blade Alpha, Undercut.
Well, it's fresh on my mind.
Yes.
I was a fan of the stunt people for a while, actually, when they first started the internet, the website. And every few, months, I just click on it, download a movie from them. I really enjoy their stuff. But they were in Reading, so I was like, wow, let's check out these guys from up north. They're really cool. And at the same time, me and Dennis and Troy and Donovan, we were doing our own stuff down here in the city. And once I heard that Eric was in San Francisco State, going to film school over here, I was like, wow, they're already here. So Dennis was actually the one who just said, hey, why don't we just email them, see what's going on. They invited him to some practices, and
Trying to push my stuff out there eventually, worked out because I got in touch with Eric, and then we kind of combined our teams or our groups, and
we're just one big happy family now.
And it was a unique experience to be able to apply, I guess, my visual style to their art of kicking each other and making it look cool.
Yeah, when we first started training, it's just, us kicking around. A typical practice day would just be, doing acrobatics, kicking around, just whatever we feel like, wrestling, whatever. And on top of that, after that, we just decided, hey, why don't we just film stuff? Since we're doing a fight scene, why don't we just just practice, just shoot some stuff, and that became the Contour practice video, and just feeling each other out and see how we move. We actually complimented each other in the way that we moved. So I think that we brought another aspect into the group since we're formerly trained in Hapkido, some other skills like that.
Right when I met Dennis and all these other guys is when I decided we need to make a killer movie with these guys. The idea for Contour came from when Steve and I were doing Undercut, and we were shooting the M-Fight at my house in Cottonwood, and I dressed up like a crazy tour guide, and I was hitting Gavin over the head with a pineapple. And I thought, that's a cool idea. Let's do a movie about a crazy tour guide. And plus, if we do it in San Francisco, we can exploit all the locations.
When I first read the script and I read the character description, it goes, guy comes in with lunch pail, keeps cheese separate from meat. And, you know, I met Eric in like this third world cinema class at San Francisco State University. And I go, dude, I come to class exactly like this. Who are you trying to fool, man? And it has like the character, and then one time he goes, I ask him, so how do you want me to act for this? And he goes, just be yourself. You mean like this?
I didn't even cast the film. I just wrote it with people in mind and hoped that they would want to do it later on.
He asked me to be part of this movie. He actually didn't ask me, he actually told me.
Yeah, I played Tuoc Van. My partial Vietnamese DNA allowed me to play a heavy accented Asian martial arts guy.
Before the shooting schedule, we all kind of got really involved, try to train a little bit more, try to get everybody in top shape before the movie. And I tried to experience a new move called flash kick twist. Well, flash kick, it's supposed to be a backflip with one leg landing. I tried to spin out of it, and I didn't land properly. Well, normally, if we're supposed to land like that, I landed on my toes now instead of bending backwards, so.
And he landed on his foot, twisted it up, and broke the bones across the top of his foot.
Eric originally was trying to create a different character so I can still be involved, with a cane supporting one side and throwing kicks with the cane. But gladly, I recover within a month or two.
Andy's a rubber band. He doesn't get injured somehow.
Hey! Too much running. I'm fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
Just wait there. Oh, you okay?
So I'm just practicing, getting ready for Contour, because Eric's flying by all these ideas. Oh, dude, you're gonna do all these tricks and stuff, which is really funny. I got into filmmaking thinking, I'm never gonna be an acrobat. And then within like just 6 months of working with the stunt people, because I'm so pumped to like come up to their level, I'm in the gym learning back tucks and, you know, twists and, you know, just stuff that, come on, man, I wasn't thinking ever to do that when I made movies back in the day. And so, you know, I'm getting good at this stuff, and then one day I was just practicing, and we were about to shoot, I guess. I just helped shoot the intro fight as a thug, and then I go back, practice on the weekend, and then next thing you know, I miss a jump, a wushu jump, and just in practice, and my knee just cracks. And at that moment, I knew something was really wrong, and I just fell to the floor. There's 4 ligaments in the knee, and ACL is the major one, and I tore it. So that means it's like if I were to like try to jump or something, it would just go like, it would just like give out, buckle or something. And so I didn't realize how severe that injury was, and I ended up having to get surgery. What's up, man? All right, it's been almost 2 weeks since my knee surgery. I'm gonna get my stitches removed later today. But you guys get a preview of what it looks like with the stitches. Yeah! Feels so violated. Gross. Ugh, it's peeling away for the first time. Even I haven't seen it like this.
Ooh.
Ugh. Wait, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. Oh, look! There's no stitches! Well, there's stitches over here. There you go. There's some stitches.
Oh, that's brutal.
Watch. 6 months. It's gonna go from this to some awesome chain whip, staff, and hand-to-hand fight choreo. It was very depressing. It was very, very frustrating. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. But within that same week, though, I started working on the animation, so that's pretty much where all my energy went into. So I hope you enjoy that animation. Because I spent a lot of time on that, and a lot of my wushu energy and fight choreography energy went into that. So I hope you guys dig that. Oh, what anime is that from? I don't know. It's from somewhere there. It's Steve! It's that guy! So yeah, these are just some storyboard sketches. This is that part when they're waving, the van drives up.
Ooh, this is the part you haven't seen yet. Chicks. It's that part when Eric gets mad and starts swerving the car.
I started searching desperately for a warehouse that was free, powered, accessible, and big. And there was nothing like that unless you know somebody. And I remember when I was taking Taekwondo, my teacher told me one time, just passively, I was talking to him about how I make movies, and he said, well, you know, if you ever need a location, I've got a warehouse. And I thought, oh, okay, he's got a little 30 by 30 store. Ended up being the size of Costco. And so I took the camera in there one day and I started recording around the inside of the warehouse, and I was totally amazed at the size of this thing. And I started imagining immediately how many fight scenes we could have. And that's why the end fight went from being 10 minutes to being 17 and a half minutes.
Okay. Rolling. Action. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was our home for 60 days. That's how many days we shot in the warehouse, 60 days. We typically shoot about 3 to 4 hours a day.
The warehouse is very cool. In both senses of the word. It's freezing all the time, and it's a great looking location. Any aspect of the warehouse looks awesome. The first time I walked into the warehouse,
it smelled like, you know, herbs and everything, which actually wasn't too bad after a while. It's just that for me and for my allergies and everything, it sucked.
and then when you come home from filming, you're like, yeah, I smell like the warehouse.
The people who suffered were the people that we would see afterward, you know, and it would be in our clothes.
And you can't get rid of it unless you wash the clothes in the shower.
Some of the fight scenes, you'll actually see a few workers pass by. You can see a worker at the end of my fight with Dennis, just watching.
Standing in the background of the shot that worked.
They were all extremely nice. They would get out of our way.
Yeah, that's one of our buddies right there. Never a problem though.
Never turned into anything
Yeah,
negative.
once or twice, it's just the guy going, "Hey, what's up?"
And 1, 2, 3.
Oh, somebody's there.
Well, it's a small van filled with equipment and people, and I'm sitting there being the cameraman, and we're driving. It's not rear projected. We're actually driving through San Francisco.
Hey, my name's Al. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Renee.
What?
So to get shots that were more interesting than just the typical like first-person view of the passenger, I'm sitting there like laying underneath seats in between people and like facing up.
I'm doing boom and transportation.
This is safe.
Christmas lights, and we actually set it up mid-driving to our first location on the first day of shooting.
Not just for character, but also because we couldn't light that thing any other way.
It's sort of like Law's half-assed version of making his piece of shit van like fancy or desirable to ride in.
I thought it would be really fun to make an imaginary country. I went to Reading, and that's where I shot the entire Ruvia documentary sequence.
Something. One of his many accomplishments is the god damn. Eurovia's main crop is the Japanese eggplant. There we go.
Maybe that's why it sells worldwide so good, eh?
Okay, so one of those big ideas that Eric was talking about initially was getting all these wushu mixed in with like this style of Taifa we were calling it, because I don't know how originally this idea just came out like, what if we just played around with like Taifa, and that's how it got in the contour practice video if you watch it.
And I just thought Twak, like he needed something unique about him, but he needed to still fit into that mold of those jerks who wear sunglasses in dark rooms for no reason. He's always doing weapons, chain whip and whatnot. He sucks at it. He's always slapping himself in the face. The fact that he's not blind is amazing. So I threw in the fact that he wears these, or in some cases swimming goggles, to protect him from himself.
Of course, if you don't get this, Taifa comes from please tell me you understand that. If you don't, well, I'm telling you now. It's a spoof, right?
Taifa is the ancient art of soup fighting. He's a little bastard, so he would be kind of cocky with fighting, such as, pulling out a gun in a fight, or like pulling off their shoe and hitting them.
Whatever my idol in the film Twak will do these moves, and then I'll kind of like redo them. But because he's doing it wrong, but because I'm a bad learner, yeah, I'll redo them in a right way that I could like fight with it. it's funny because when I had to show, because Steve Reed doesn't know anything about wushu, so I had to show him wushu and let him essentially mess it up.
More or less, we got weapons which I have no experience with. See, wushu is really a really good foundation for Thai Pho because wushu is real flashy, and I took that foundation and just totally screwed it up. So me trying to do something these talented guys are doing well comes out bad, which worked to Twat's advantage because so I'll mix functional martial arts with my inability to be coordinated like that, and then mix it with flary, you know, Hollywood cockiness movements and round shoot motions, and there was Thai Pho.
If you're a wushu fan, you probably see like parts of the form in there.
Getting into the routine was hard, but we all did it.
Get up in the morning about 8:30.
You try to get as much sleep as possible the night before, which never ever worked.
I have a night job. I am. It's not even set hours, so sometimes it's hard labor too.
My only open schedule will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Only morning till 2. Then I'm gonna teach, so.
And so I'd have to wake up at like 6 in the morning every day, go to school, and then I'd go to class, and then I'd come and shoot.
Get to the warehouse at 10.
Working maybe from 5 to 3 in the morning sometimes.
But if I didn't have food with me, I would have to go grocery shopping first. So I would have to go buy the energy bars and then maybe nuts and then maybe water.
Well, this movie is super low budget, so of course we can't have caterers or even real food. So it was basically energy bars and water, and on a good day we'd have peanuts.
That was our breakfast and our lunch.
4 hours a day, dude.
My dinner sometimes.
Wake up in the morning. Should we wake up in the morning?
Variety was not a spice of life.
Breakfast of champions. What is it?
This is the official breakfast, lunch, and dinner of the Stunt people. This is actually chocolate mint cookie. It tastes like a Girl Scout cookie. It's really good. And nuts. Because we all
kind of got different schedules, so it's hard to get everybody together and shoot. It's really hard. Plus, it's early in the morning. My hair is all over the place, so I can't really look like Tom Cruise.
When we get here at 10, we'd want to get rolling as soon as possible, but we'd kind of have to warm up and just kind of wake up. So it, probably took us, at the least a half hour. At most, on a couple days, it took us like an hour just to get moving because, we just had to kind of wake up and everything. And when I mean wake up like you better get ready to do some hardcore, like, fight scene wake up, not like wake up like you need to go act. And just do dialogue. Those are mentally really hard to do, but if you don't wake up before you actually get hit, it sucks because that hit is gonna wake you up, and you're not gonna like that.
I would go home, I would edit, and then go to sleep, bring it back the next day to show people. It was really nice to have that extra time to think in between each day of shooting. When I could go home and I could look at it and could say, we need to reshoot this shot.
We're here in the place. We need to reshoot, so we're checking continuity.
Look at what we did and correct it.
Ooh, I remember that.
I don't.
Because
Got hit in
we're
the
all
head.
perfectionists, I guess.
That's right.
We don't like what we do ever. So
In fact, let's do that again. Look at
we're all
it.
perfectionists here at the Stunt People, and we don't even like our stuff. We hate everything we've ever done.
After filming for a few hours, go right back at it. Back to work. Work till 3 in the morning. Next day, pick up Andy, do the same thing.
The fights, typically 3 to 4 hour days. The intro fight, that was about 4 days. My fight with Andy in the dojo was, we had to shoot that at 9 o'clock every night.
From like 10 past midnight, so we're still fighting, doing hardcore acrobatic during trades-off of fighting.
You're right, dude.
We had full days. Sometimes Dennis and I had been shooting in the morning, and so we wouldn't want to carry on any more past 1. So it took 6 days to do that one fight. So typically Andy and I would get about 20 seconds of action every day.
wrap it up.
Jesus Christ, man, where'd that happen from?
In the middle of the film, Ray and I, we do this this fight against a bunch of lads, thugs.
That kind of showcases our own, you know, abilities in Hapkido, and I do a little something called a screamer, which is a Filipino stick fighting. Which is, you know, we use one of these bats. They're real, by the way.
You can smack yourself with these. They still hurt when you hit people at full speed with them, but this is what we use for the bat fight.
1, 2, 3.
2,
Yeah, your cheek.
2, 3.
And I got to do a lot of Hapkido.
That first day doing it, I had gotten no sleep. I had worked till 3 in the morning. That first day was just grueling. I had to work with Troy, who's my brother, and who also is pretty good with a stick, and he's also done a screamer with me. We had to do a little, you know, exchanges, but it looked like we were practicing. So basically, we had to learn how to try to have that fine line between us really doing it and practicing, but still, you know, look like it's a movie. So instead of being more precise with it, you have to go, you know, show more emotion with it, stuff like that. That looks really bad when I go like that. The second day and the third day was a lot better. I had got some sleep, and I think you can tell the bat is a little bit faster.
Oh! Buddy, go! Yeah! What are you doing?
You okay?
Oh my God, are you guys okay?
We'll take a look at the prop. But you're doing like an acting class or something?
Yeah.
What deal is it? Well, I know that, but I mean, what is it, creative arts or something?
It's my project.
Project?
Yeah.
There we go.
Great footage! We got the cops right here waiting for us.
How long are we going to be doing this?
It's a last shot.
Right now. Alright. And people are saying that you're fighting this and that, so there's...
We're done.
Okay, so that's the call.
Yeah.
You're done?
Yeah. Say hi to the camera about that.
Alright, no problem.
You, come here. Come here.
Him.
Yo, okay, go.
You got me. You got me in the throat. That's good though. Keep going.
Sorry, dude.
That's good.
So I told Eric, don't get the shirt dirty, so he just planted it right there.
You okay? Yeah.
Right in the throat
What else?
again.
Was that it? I hope that was it though.
Hold
I'm like,
Let's show
I'm
me
okay,
that, show me
but
that. You got a barcode Oh on his my neck now. god.
When I wrote the movie, first of all, I wanted to have a finale that was long and in a warehouse.
Boom. Okay, that should show nicely.
shit. See, it's already coming.
shit, that's gonna hurt, dude.
Is it?
Yeah. Just go.
Do I go super fast or what? No? Just
Enough
do-
to shatter it.
Okay, ready?
Action.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Oh shit! Are you okay?
Car's out.
Oh my god!
Head broke the gun.
Are you okay, man?
He's bleeding.
Oh, don't say that.
It actually felt pretty good.
You know, we all did our parts in the movie. We all played our roles, but in addition, we played stunt people too.
The thing that really made Contour was this.
Like, I was this guy a lot. And might I mention that, you know, I played the assistant, the asked, who I thought was the main character. But this guy had more speaking lines than my character.
All of us are in Contour probably about 6 to 7 times as different thugs.
The fight with Tyler was actually one of the first fight scenes that we actually did in the warehouse. I was one of these hooded characters. You can see me getting thrown by her, shoulder thrown by her. My first real big injury on the set was actually this one where she throws me into the box, but my knee hits the metal part of the post of the shelf. Yeah, and it hits that, and yeah, that hurt for a few weeks.
He is finished.
Okay, and tell us what happened.
Yeah, I hit the box and my knee hit right there.
But he only hit it because the box hit him first, man. I saw it, man. I saw it.
Tyler's a real natural. I noticed that when we first started shooting with her. She has a lot of energy when she fights. She hits hard.
And she was supposed to sidekick me, so I said, oh, why don't we just line up the kick, make sure that we get it right. And in talking with her, she just goes, and I'm, you know, trying to act like a man because I just got kicked by a girl. It's because I'm running into it, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again. One of the falls that I like in that whole sequence was the last fall.
Rolling. Hey.
So I just remember Dennis going, "Are you sure?" No. Because you know what? This is the first fight scene. We don't want you to be like dead.
Rolling. And 1, 2, 3.
And I lived to tell a tale, and Dennis was crying at me.
Yeah. Good shit, Ray. Good balance. You all right?
That's awesome. How you feeling, Ray?
Feel good.
Ray Charles.
Yes.
Oh!
Bro.
Jesus Christ. This guy's crazy, man. He's scaring me.
I don't spin down the blocks, and it was, these things are bound by steel binding, I guess. Yeah, there was a little clasp on one of them, and it just cut my finger open. It was bleeding everywhere.
That's nasty.
Not really.
Really?
It was, but
What is that, bro? Huh?
that's from my fall. There we go.
Who's the bad guy now, huh? I have the gas. You have the gas, you have the power.
So a lot of time you have to get a different role, acting like a thug. And this is how I try to act busy when I'm in the background. Try to be a thug, you know.
2, 1.
You okay, man?
Dude, your head.
You okay, man?
Dude, your head.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
3, 2, 1.
You okay?
No.
So, you know, I don't think you would have broke it, but I or messed it up, I just think it just fucking stings.
You can move it?
I can move it.
Oh, okay.
Pads from upstairs.
I think that'll be all right if you just wrap it.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Look at that. This doesn't even fit. Hey, here we go.
Boom!
For a lot of real fighters, I think they have to adjust their technique to look differently in film. I really didn't do that. Besides making a didn't contact, that was it. Most of the form I did are actual techniques that I would do in real combat.
Well, do you want to change it?
No. I learned martial art, a lot of it, through training, of course. But a lot of my models are filmmakers. So I try to imitate that fighting style, even in real combat.
My fight scene involves with me and Andy. Andy, it's kind of like a hybrid of Wing Chun and Taekwondo. We're going to show more of the traditional blocks. I throw in some stick work in there. Vlad is, doing some of that. It's like a 2-on-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's hard to keep a straight face when you're looking at a drag doing a double side kick right at you, showing you a special part.
And 1, 2, 3.
Farted! What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That was memorable.
It's spaghetti string.
Oh man, let me zoom out for that.
Lou Frank, no, you have nothing on me.
Turn around, dude.
Oh shit, I should have brought some black shorts. I forgot some black shorts.
In there. Where all the people are.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Go straight.
Okay, this is like how to record. I do how to record this.
I think we spent quite a while teaching in that one phrase.
Take all. Hoi sailor.
Yeah. No, all.
Take all.
Hoi sailor.
Hoi sailor.
Yeah. The tone, Cantonese is a really hard language to get the tone properly. And you see it in a monotone, it doesn't sound right.
Take all. Hoi sailor.
And action.
Whoa.
Yeah, my injury was pretty bad.
1, 2, 3. Oh shit. Ray, are you okay?
What happened? Your wrist?
No,
wrist.
my whole left side I can't feel.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
It was a blind hit. Basically, I'm turned away, and I have to expect Vlad hitting me. So I said, why don't I have protection? And I was expecting him to hit me in the middle of the back, but actually it doesn't. It actually hits me maybe under the shoulder blade and up. And if you can see it in slow-mo, I do this, bam. And my neck just kind of like, my whole spine just kind of like expanded and contracted right back at the same spot, and compressed.
Need help up?
No. So after that, we had to get the shot, and we had to finish up. So all of the other stuff that we were thinking about just went out the window, and basically, we beat my ass down.
You okay?
Throat?
Yeah.
The problem with the back guard, the gator back, is that there's a hump on the top. And so sometimes we put it on the front, and then it absorbed the kick, but if the kick went like this, it would shove the hump up into your throat.
Vlad just takes me down, hits the shelf, stuff like that. Good stuff.
That was your idea.
Yeah, no, that's all Eric's
It was all
idea.
your idea.
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
3, 2, 1.
Let's do that again.
What do you need? What do you need?
I know.
Here we go.
Not again.
Yeah, when I was
Running?
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Why are you guys all freaked out when I throw stuff around? It's because I go like whoosh. One, two, and you know I go to wushu like once a week, man. You know I love my coaches to death, but I just don't see him enough to really say I do a lot of wushu. But you know I think I just try really hard and I train a lot of my own. And then when I got the injury, we had to think of like, okay, well we can't do massive wushu stuff now because of my knee, even if it were to heal perfectly. You know you want to give it some time. So we thought of this. Well, what if we had like a chain whip, like a chain, in the warehouse? Because it's a warehouse like construction stuff. You have chains, right? So we're like, okay, let's do a chain fight. So I had to learn chain whip. This is how I learned chain whip. I learned chain whip by buying a DVD, like on martialartsmart.com or something. I watched it and I grabbed the nearest chain I had, which was a dog whip, dog chain. You know, that's really dumb. It's really dumb, and that's total backyard samurai for you.
It's getting pretty scary. Looks so.
Nope.
The chain's like 10 pounds.
Chain whip is actually not that hard of all the wushu weapons. It's not that hard as long as you don't get scared and just take the hits as they come. Because they're gonna come, dude. They're gonna hit you.
Yeah, like that.
This is good training. It's got. Like, hey baby, I'm not
And one of these times, it was actually during the summer, and I was training. I was waiting for it to get picked up at the Caltrain station, and I was just twirling this whip, and then I got distracted by somebody looking at me, and I tried this move, and next thing you know, this dart just comes up, ping, and you know, a chain whip has like a dart at the end. So I was like, it's okay. And I keep playing. I was like, man, I kind of hurt. You know, I was like feeling my head, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm bleeding, and I bled for like the whole morning. I mean, I finished the fight scene, and I was still bleeding in my head. I was just like, dude. Yeah, we use a plastic chain, and we had to spray paint it. But there are real chains. We do use real chains for certain shots when we have to break something, and that's really scary because you know having like a 10-pound chain around your neck is just not, very creepy.
And action.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, the camera! Yeah! The camera too.
Whenever we do fight scenes, it's really intense and we get into it, but there's always a lot of fooling around and exchanging ideas. And so Troy goes, oh, what if we had like 2-man chain whip forms? We were joking about wushu. It's the big one. It's the one where it wraps around the neck and I turn out of it somehow. I don't know how we fit it. And then it hits Troy. And that took so many takes.
It's not right, man. It whipped me, but there's no bar because I'm fat.
2, 3.
No! Oh!
3.
This is an example of why you should have a controlled location for your shoot. Because 4 days ago, these boxes weren't here. Now they're here. So we're gonna deal with it. Okay.
This is gonna be our Colombian sugar.
Go down.
What's going through your head right now? And why is there sugar?
Sugar's going through my head.
We're kicking that box right there, And we don't want to hit the camera. See, this is what it has to do.
No, you won't. I bet you can.
Why won't I?
Because
I'm a good cameraman.
I thought I could.
Yeah, dude.
That was it.
I'm slipping.
See? It's hard to do all this stuff.
No one can ever see this, but there's an I-beam that's kind of far away, and I shouldn't have hit this thing, but I went so far through the boxes that my leg landed sideways against this I-beam, not against the flat side, but the I part. I hit it right on my knee, and I sat there for a while, and I couldn't feel it because my entire leg went numb, and I thought, oh my god, did I break my knee?
But, hold on.
Dude, let's watch it.
Yeah, I want to see. You alright?
Yeah, I nailed that call.
I know. I told you to watch out for it.
Yeah, I know you
jumped.
You went like
You jumped
way.
You fucking flew.
We've got ties, and I've seen Jackie Chan do something with a tie, but now we both have ties. Let's just tie them up. 1, 2, now.
Sorry.
My tie actually looks okay. It looks like it it could still be used. It's got like a little bit of tears and rips, but Eric's tie looks like this now. Like a wet handkerchief or something like that.
It kind of works into my character because you can see me in the beginning. My character ties a thug up with a bag, and then I tie Andy up during the dojo fight right at the end, and then it really comes out when I fight Dennis at the very end.
So when we were doing certain moves on each other, we kind of had to say, now what can we do from here that would, begin to tie these ties together? I think we lucked out a lot on just certain ways that the ties tied.
And that's how I win. Fair and square.
The brawl was fun. That was probably the funnest part of the entire shoot, in my opinion. We literally just said, hey, we all know what it's like to work with each other. We all know how to react, when to react. We know when a hit's coming. We've all just worked together a lot, so we know each other really well.
A lot of the time at the end of a Pink Panther film, everything seems to be going well, except something pops up, like Kato, Clouseau's housekeeper, pops up, destroys everything, and they fall through a wall or they fly into a big dish rack that falls over, and it's all in slow motion.
Ready? 1, 2, now!
action!
1, 2, 3!
Okay? That was a lot more painful.
Yes!
I'm not gonna do this shit. Someone landed on someone.
Yeah, again, man. That shit was fun.
2 people landed on my skull, dude. I felt it like squish.
There are 3 long takes in the movie.
Meaning that we do not cut away from the action.
Eric planned some shots, like he'd go, hey, we're gonna do this long shot.
So the action had to be constant from the beginning of the shot to the end, and every hit had to be lined up perfectly because, like, let's say there's 30 moves in the take. If we get every move, let's say there's 30 and we get up to like 22 and we mess up on 22, then that means that 1 through 22 won't work anymore. But you may not even know that. You may think that that move worked, but you're not going to find out until you get to 30 and you review. You almost wonder what's the better way to go. Is it to just go 1 to 30 every single time and then look back and see what worked? Or is it better to, if you really, and you better have a strong belief that it didn't work, is it good to just say, wait a minute, let's stop now on move 10 so that we don't do the next 20 moves because I think that thing really sucked or that particular punch or kick didn't work.
That was weak anyway.
Yeah. That wouldn't work, huh?
You better hope you're right, because if you review it, you know, and it worked, then you're gonna, you know, punch yourself all day long thinking that that could have been the one had I just kept going with it.
Well, when it comes to doing any of the long shots, not only do I have to make sure everything's in frame and everything is at the appropriate angle so there's contact when they're hitting each other, but I also have to memorize their choreography so I could not get hit, maybe duck under a kick and get an angle up like that, and know when I'm following them, because it's such a precise thing to make it look photographically good, have good composition, and have the hit show up while keeping the camera steady and running down the hallway in tune with what they're doing. The hardest part was doing all that, and then at the end of their fighting and picking all that up, Ray throws a gun.
I just did this sequence, like 30 moves, some of which, when I hit Eric, it was hard for me to control because I'm getting tired. And I'm thinking, if I drop this gun that's in the air, I'm going to destroy and ruin what we just did. And all of his, you know, bruises and injuries won't mean shit.
And I have to follow the gun and keep it framed perfectly centered. Now, no one's going to notice this, which is unfortunate, but it's cool that it's there, where Eric and Ray are fighting, and the camera doesn't do too much, it's just sort of like panning along, but then magically it goes across the room and a ladder is suddenly in front of it, but we never see the camera pass by the ladder. I reach through the ladder, pull the camera through the steps of the ladder, and continue filming through there. At the end of the shot, Eric pulls it down and continues his fighting.
Oh! If you're getting medium contact all day long, and that's going to mess you up. I mean, you know, you want to be able to do this as quickly as possible and get it out of the way so that, you know, your buddy's not getting his ass kicked all day long.
Shit.
You know, you don't want to hit too hard, you don't want to hit too light, and, you know, you want to get through all 30. At the end of the movie, Eric and I did a long take again, and it was like 1 minute and 15 seconds, and it was, you know, 50 seconds of fighting.
This injury, any injury that I had is nothing compared to the pain that I experienced during that shot. We must have done it about 12 times.
Just like the other long shots, I had to memorize what they were doing and follow them through 3 different rooms and get everything at an appropriate angle where you can pick up what's, you know, see their contact and their fighting and, you know, making sure it looked authentic. So there's a lot of just running around obstacles. It's tough when you're watching them and watching the obstacles so you don't trip and land on the camera and break it.
Halfway through, I almost vomited. My cardiovascular was not up to par. I have a really hard time
breathing techniques by Ray.
Charging at someone for 50 seconds, throwing whatever I can at them, and it really shows at the end. People always say, "Oh yeah, you look like you're really tired," but you know, that's good. It shows your character. Like, oh, I was really tired. After it was done, I passed out on the ground, cold.
Nice.
Is that coming up?
Hold back. Let me focus.
Look at that.
It's real hard to do fight scenes with these really long takes.
The only problem with a long take is that you can't do as much intricate stuff. It just doesn't come across well. But for just blasting action, it's a really good way to get something on camera that's easy to edit. You don't have to do anything with it. And most likely distributors aren't going to cut the fight. So that's a secret from me.
You would think that if you could do the fight scenes well, then, you know, you could do everything else well. But I mean, because, you know, the acting is not necessarily a big physical, you know, thing to do, but mentally it's like one of the most challenging things about the whole film.
Your driver here just tried to cheat you out of $4 million. Is this some kind of a fucking scheme? What am I tripping off?
I'm trying to come off as wholesome, but then, fuck.
Chris.
Sorry.
It's just being able to pull off these, you know, performances, because I mean, you know, all the hits in Contour are real, so we don't have to act when we get hit. They're all real. Every fight scene's
All
like
punches.
everything. The bats are real. Like this one. People were getting shot. You know, I mean everything.
That lined up good.
The fighting stuff was 1,000 times easier than the acting, because we could all stand back and watch each other do the fights and say, that kick didn't look good, and that hit didn't look good, because it just didn't look good. I mean, you could see it, you could tell right there and then, But with the acting, since none of us are, have been in the acting business or anything, we couldn't say that performance was lacking in any way. So we just kind of had to go, I think it was good, and then somebody else would go, me too. And what we hope to do is to, take acting classes and try and bring that up to par with the fighting.
You got shot. I didn't get shot. You got stabbed.
Going ready.
Not that bad.
Oh my God, there's marks. There's definitely marks.
Oh man.
Walking outside, everything's cool, and I go, there's some ice next to my car. Why is there ice? It's like, oh, interesting, there's a big hole where my window used to be. Ah, that's not ice, that's my window. So walk up, look closer, oh, they broke into my window, they pulled my dash out, took my CD player. I mean, hey, it got stolen, but whatever, so it goes.
I made this film for people who like action movies. I want people to expect a lot of action, and I hope they come away feeling satisfied with the amount of action and the quality of action.
What I'm hoping with Contour is that people acknowledge that, these guys got together, they did all of this because they wanted to, because they wanted to do it, not because they were getting paid to do it.
Well, in the future, hopefully, we would get more involved in actually making a bigger budget so we can actually live off of doing this. Because right now, none of us are getting paid, so our time are pretty limited. If we're actually working a normal working schedule, we'll be fighting differently, we'll be acting differently, everything is just going to change, so involvement's going to be totally different, and that's going to boost up all the performance level in fights, acting, and everything else.
The reason we did it is because, we all like doing this. It's creative, it's fun, we're doing something productive. I mean, we could be getting drunk and playing video games all day, but I think people will enjoy it, especially the action. Jesus Christ, you crazy bastards.
So now we got to get the acting up to par, and we got to get the production up to par, got to get the cameras up to par, and that's what we're hoping, that people are going to acknowledge us in a way so that we can, get to that goal.
I think there's a reason why I was here for every shot or every shooting day that we were here is because I just thought to myself, if this is what I love to do, why not go at it full force, no matter what, and just do the best that I could. And I hope that shows in the film, that we just did our best to our abilities, to our to our 100% capability.
This is an interesting thing. This is $1, okay? All we need is like 1 million of these. I mean, look at how thin it is. See that? I mean, if I had 10, it'd still be really thin. If I had 100, it might be a little bit thick, but I mean, come on, dude. I mean, the room is huge, right? I wouldn't even have to fill up this whole room with money. I mean, to get like $1 million. I would only have to fill up like, this area behind me for like $1 million. And that would be all we need right now to make a film that we want to make.
And therefore bring entertainment to you. That's exactly what Stunt People is all about.
Energy bars, nuts, and water. You can make a movie with these 3 things.
That's what fueled this whole production. People think that it's like heart and all that. No, it's power bars and water. And cut.